Hey guys, Nomad here, and today I'll be going over my gear list for my through hike attempt on the Appalachian Trail this year, 2022. And it's a mix between some ultralight stuff and not quite so ultralight stuff, what I could afford. Yeah, so let's check it out. So this is my gear that I will be taking with me, laid out. Go up here to the sleep system. I am going with the hammock option, so I'm going to sacrifice some weight there, because I find I sleep like a baby. I get a much better sleep in a hammock, and part of having a successful through hike is being able to get a good night's sleep, which I love. So anyway, Truck-Lite double hammock. I've had this one for quite some time. This was a new addition because my old tarp got some holes in it, and it was time to get it replaced. That's what I could afford. It's a Free Soldier rain tarp. Then here, this one is my sleeping bag, Downfield Snugpak Softy Elite 2. They don't even make this bag anymore. I've had it that long. It still works for me, so I'm going to take it along with me. My sleep pad is a Thermarest Neo Air 2, the long version with a blow-up pillow. Something cheap that I found that has some great reviews, and it's worked well for me so far. I've taken it out more than a few times and used it, and I absolutely love it. Underquilt, I've got a Chill Gorilla underquilt, made some modifications to it to suit how I like to put it up and everything. Down here I've got, for my hammock, I've got bare butts tree straps to be hanging up. I used to go with the paracord option back in the day, and I've learned some things. Some cords have snapped, and there's some stretching involved. Anyway, not a fun time was had by me. So I went with the bare butt tree straps. Here is my mosquito net. It goes over top of the hammock and everything. And for hiking, I've got a mosquito net for my head. Also wanted to throw in there my stakes that I'll be using. I went with this style. I've used them before. They're aluminum ones. They're cheap. Picked them up over Walmart. They've worked well for me so far, so they haven't let me down, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, let's go with the cook system. Here I've got a 750 ml titanium glacier mug, cane koozie with it. There's a mesh bag that I keep it in. Everything. This cane koozie I made, and I got the idea from one of Darwin's videos. Lighter, titanium spoon. It's a Fitness City titanium spoon with a hook that I can use to take the lid off of my pot with. Silicone collapsible cup and everything, because I'm also one of those people who likes to have a cup of coffee with my breakfast in the morning. Stoves, I went with one that I found on Amazon. It works for me. I've used it several times. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's not really much more than the expensive ones, and it's got a built-in striker on it. So, I'm good with that. Also, in the food category, I'm going to throw in my food bag and my rucksack. I have 50 feet of slick line also in here to tie it up. Okay, for my water, I'm going to go with the Smart Water bottle route and save some weight. I've got a Sawyer squeeze that I will be attaching to the bottles, and I've got a CNOC dirty water bag that I can collect once I get to where I'm going camp. Get me a little bit of extra water for a cup of tea and dinner. We're just sitting around camp and everything. I went with the ASPAD, Thermarest ASPAD. And just like every other hiker in the world has one of those now. So electronics, I have a Anker battery bank. It's one of the big ones. I've had it for a couple years now, and it's been going strong. I've got charge cables for my phone and my other devices. I've got a smartwatch charge cable, charge block, my black diamond headlamp, spare batteries here, wrapped up so they don't fall out. And I've got all my adapters for my charge cables because, as I showed you, not all the adapters are universal. And at the time of purchase, I couldn't get the ones where they would all work because the charge cables are USB-C to C. Because that charge block, that's the only one I could get the hold of at the time. That's not. So, had to go with adapters to compensate for that. As far as carrying my phone, wallet, snacks, and possibly sleeping with my water filter, I'll be carrying the 4 Monster ultralight hip bag. It's extreme. It doesn't weigh much of anything, and I've been kind of wearing around the past couple weeks, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's water resistant, but it does have some waterproofing right here and right there. So, important contents, I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag just to be safe and hope that it's really waterproof. Okay, next, toiletries. I've got chapstick. I've got toothpaste, Band-Aids, toothbrush. It's bamboo handled toothbrush that I just carved down. Repair kit for my sleeping pad. And here I've got my medication stuff, vitamin I, multivitamin. Okay, we're going to move down to clothing. I've got camp shoes here. Got 2 pairs of Fox River sock liners, which I've already used this year, as you can probably tell. I've got 3 pairs of Darn Tough socks, 2 to hike in, 1 to sleep in. I absolutely love these socks. I've been using them for a while now, and they are a little bit expensive, but for that guarantee that they give you, you rip a hole, put a hole in them, however you did it, no questions asked, they'll replace it. It's worth it. And here I have calf compression sleeves to prevent shin splints. Here I've got dry fit shirts that are synthetic moisture wicking. They're also ultra light. These are really super light shirts. They don't really weigh much of anything. I've got 2 to hike in, 1 to sleep in. Underwear, I went with Saxx. I was turned on to this by a fellow hiker, YouTuber that I've been following a lot and really inspired me a lot on this trip, Habitat. So I've got 2 pairs of underwear there. Shorts, when hiking shorts, I've got 2 pairs of hike in, 1 to sleep in. Buff, I went with the Smart Wool option. I've got a Smart Wool. This is a winter white buff. The regular summer white one I'm wearing right now. Beanie, Smart Wool beanie. I think it's a 250. I think all of my wool cold weather gear is actually 250. And that's actually all from Smart Wool now that I think of it. Leggings, I've got Nike Pro cold weather running pants for hiking in whenever it's colder. Smart Wool leggings to sleep so I don't freeze because I have arthritis and everything. I've had it since I was 9 years old. I really have to worry about trying to keep the joints warm and taken care of. Otherwise, I'm going to have a rough day the next day. So, yeah, sacrifice I made carrying clothing and stuff. Noted. I've got a Smart Wool long sleeve shirt also to sleep with, or to even just walk around camp with to stay warm. As far as helping the footwear, I've got a pair of neoprene dive booties that I've tried out, and I actually really like these things. I've went to work in them because I work outside a lot as well, and I didn't know about I wish I knew about these things when I was younger. Otherwise, I've been wearing them a lot more. They keep my feet warmer than what even just wearing a pair of Darn Toughs and a pair of liners do. So, cold weather, I'm going to be wearing these. I've worn them in different configurations. I've worn my liners in underneath of them. I've worn them barefoot underneath, and I've worn them with my Darn Toughs underneath, and I find the happy medium is with the liners in underneath. Now, for the hands, glove wear, I've got Smart Wool liners and waterproof gloves. It went with what I could afford. Okay, now for my pack. The big boy here, I'm going with the Granite Gear Crown 2. It's a 60 liter. I absolutely love this pack. It rides on me pretty well. I've taken it on several hiking trips, had no issue with it whatsoever. Last time I went overseas, went to London to go see my wife, and had this pack with me, and that was my suitcase. All day dealing with airport and traveling, and then walking around through London Heathrow, and then just touring around in London, and this thing, I couldn't have asked for a better pack, so I'm going to go with this one because it works for me. Storing and keeping my gear dry, I've got this waterproof bag that I'm going to be putting my sleeping bag, hammock, and everything like that in. It also doubles as a pump sack. It's from Thermarest. It's their Neo Air. I'm going to use that. This is one of the few Dyneema items I have. This is going to be my clothing bag. I'll put my clothes in. I've got this Sea-Line bag. This one is going to be for my cold weather gear. So whenever I'm done with it, it's all in a bag. Pop it in a box, jump it forward till I need it again.